just start sharing it on other platforms for me. I'd appreciate that. Maybe post in the Discord. I keep forgetting that exists.
Yeah.
Really quickly here, guys, I'm going to share this to a couple other platforms. What's up, Justin? Ooh. Should tell people in the chat that I'm just putting stuff away if they can't hear me. Getting stuff ready. All right, let's get going here. All right, hi there, my name is Casper Jones. You're watching Days with Casper, and here we handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards right here in Indiana. Happy New Year's Eve. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy ringing in the new year with me. These are going to be the last boards pressed at Life Skateboards in 2025. Decided I wanted to spend New Year's Eve with you guys and with Casper's keeper here. It's my sobriety date. 8 years ago I took my last drink. Best decision I ever made. And decided to kind of make a little tradition of getting on these lives here with you guys and just spending some time with you guys every year around this time. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. So if it's a 9.25, these ones are actually going to be coming out of our monster press. So we have a press that goes all the way up to 15 inches wide. We're going to be loading that one up today. Happy New Year's from Fort Wayne. Awesome. Love Fort Wayne. Slam City is looking awesome, isn't it? All right, so we are going to get started here just loading up these presses, and then we've got 9 boards in the other room to shape. Let's see how far we get. We're in Indianapolis here. I'm so sorry. 20 minutes east of Indianapolis in New Pal. Fort Wayne's rad though. Got a couple people from up there. I actually used to ride for Dead End. New Year's from Las Vegas. That's awesome. Congratulations for making it through another year. All right, so I'm just getting the glue ready here, and I'm going to be doing 2 7-plies and a 6-ply. 7-ply is your standard, but I'll go ahead and break down what's inside your skateboard as we get started here. And if you guys like what you're watching, make sure you double tap the screen for me. Subscribe if you want to catch more of these, because I have nothing that resembles a schedule. Oh, congrats. It's already next year for you. I went ahead and checked. It's looking like, I think everybody's going to celebrate at the same time except for people afterwards in the US here. Did I check that correctly? My board is, what, 825 to 925 wide, I think. My board has a bunch of different widths on it. Sorry, I'm just trying to clear this space here. Should have done this before the live. Also, if you didn't catch it, there is a great interview with Justin Hutchins up on the page about his recovery from a full hamstring detachment. But all right, let's get into it here. So inside your skateboard, you've got 7 plies of Canadian or Great Lakes maple. The reason you want maple, it's strong yet malleable. The reason you want Canadian or Great Lakes is you want slow growth, long winters, tight grains, and a less porous wood. So there's 2 directions on the grains inside your board. You got vertical grains like this, and then you've got these guys that are called crossbands. Those go the opposite direction. Out of those vertical grains, you've got real pretty ones. Those are your faces, and less pretty ones that can have some blemishes. Those are called your core. So inside of a 7-ply skateboard, you've got face, core, crossband, core, crossband, core, and face. Now if we wanted to do a 6-ply, we'd just take this bottom core out, and if we wanted to do an 8-ply, we'd just throw another core right in the middle right here. That's enough glue. So now we're just going to go ahead and get started here. Now we roll the glue by hand on every board to ensure full glue coverage on every side of every ply inside your skateboard. That way we can guarantee against delam. I'm making skateboards for Life Skateboards, and these are available at lifeskateboard.com. We've got over 100 shapes. So have fun on that website. Well, you don't need to get it custom. I mean, we've got 875s as well. Just check out lifeskateboard.com. Made just for you and made to last. We do a lot to set us apart from the industry here, from hand rolling the glue to long press and cure times, made just for you, and our graphic application process. We apply our graphics with hand carved lino blocks here at Life Skateboards. Because the industry uses a heat transfer. We don't like that because we don't want to transfer damage onto the customer's skateboard. So we use lino blocks. Oh, this isn't a mullet, but some of the equipment in this facility definitely tried to make it a mullet once. Whenever I'm using equipment, I'm smart now and I put my hair up, but I learned the hard way. The Mac wheel in the other room grabbed a hold of my hair at one point and ripped a bunch out. Almost killed me. Learn from my mistakes. When you got moving equipment, put your hair up. Will we make a 15 wide? So these actually go to 15 inches wide. However, the maximum capacity on what we can make width-wise is 14.6. Why? Because why not? We've got several different shapes from 13.6 all the way to 14.6, and then plenty of boards smaller than that. We've got several different presses here with different widths on them. For sure, man. Miguel. So yeah, you're gonna love our boards. So we're known for our deep concave and just how long our boards last as well. Just making sure, recounting here because I accidentally pressed an 8-ply last week apparently. Sorry about that, Sam. Can we show the 14.6? Do I have that here with us? I've got the 13.6 in the trunk, but it's snowing out there. I'm not trying to send Casper's keeper out there. Can you check in the other room and see if any are cut? If I can't show you a shaped one, I can definitely show you the uncut. So the way this building is set up, we've got the gluing room right here. This is where all the boards are pressed and cured. Right around the corner is where we shape all the boards. And then right up the driveway, we've got our shipping and printing studio. So that's where the finished boards go. But I do have a 14.6 set up at home, but I've got a 13.6 set up in the car. We do not sell uncuts, we just sell amazing skateboards. If you guys are enjoying what you're watching, double tap that screen for me, share it with your friends. Hopefully you guys are enjoying spending New Year's Eve with me. As I've said before, it is my sobriety date. So figured there's probably some people out there struggling tonight with it being a heavy drinking holiday. So figured I'd share my time with you guys. Nope, I do not. I actually stopped when I started with the company here. No judgment on those that do, just here to help if quitting's on your mind. Ooh, okay, there we go. See that guy right there? This one, is that the triple XL panhead? I think that's the triple XL panhead. That thing's got a 15-inch wheelbase. Huge, right? There you go. That's unshaped. That's why the edge looks a little square. Thank you so much. Of course. No, we don't use the same wheelbase for all sizes. In fact, two of these presses have the same exact concave and width, but two different wheelbase distances, so the kicks are further apart. When you get on the website, you're going to have the option to choose exactly what wheelbase you want. One of the things that we pride ourselves on here at Life Skateboards. All right, so now I'm just going to be taping up either end of these glued up boards here. We tape these up so that they don't slide around in the press. Gonna label it a 7-ply because I have the memory of a comatose goldfish. And now we're gonna glue up 2 more of these and then throw them in the press. You guys are gonna watch the board start to take shape, and then we'll get in the other room and actually start sanding boards and shaping them. Let's go with another 7-ply real quick. We don't do carbon fiber because we don't need to. So we feel that we have done really well with the all wood construction, as well as satisfied the customers that want an all wood construction feel. We decided to just not take any corner cutting steps as far as all wood construction goes, so that the boards would have more strength than your general factory board. So we do not use carbon fiber here, just all wood construction with a high quality end product in mind the entire process. How long are the boards? Everyone's gonna be different, buddy. I would suggest going to lifeskateboard.com and checking them. We've got some boards with really long wheelbases, some boards with shorter wheelbases. We've got youth boards that are smaller with kicks closer together. All specs are on the website, and that website is lifeskateboard.com. Yeah, we noticed that people do love our wider boards. When we made these wide boards, we looked at the extremely wide boards on the market and weren't happy with the concave that was out there. So we decided to make boards that have concave all the way to the edge. And what I mean by that is wheel flares all the way to the edge, not just a popsicle feel in the flat bottom with a satellite dish going to the edge. We actually have wheel flares going all the way to the edge, and you will see that as the boards start to get pressed. Unfortunately, the board's in the trunk, so you won't be seeing me do a frontside flip right now. Yes, I do remember carbon fiber boards, and I've got opinions of those. Remember, we could have all perfected the all-wood construction method, but that would require not cutting corners, wouldn't it? Thank you, Somi. Hey, Grey Jedi's in here. What's up, bud? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Ooh. And when that happens, we get a new crossband. There we are. This guy's going to have quite a bit of squeeze out on here. That is correct. Tight bond 2. What's this? Weed wax? Benny, I think you need to put the bong down. Hey, thank you, man. Miguel, you're gonna love it when you get a life. And then when you get one, you can go to all your friends and yell, "Get a life!" And you're just being nice. You're not being mean. You just want them to have a high-quality handcrafted skateboard that's gonna last them as long as possible. All right, taping up either end of this guy. And then we'll move on to the last one. I'll move you guys over this way. Raise up the press, clean up the glue, and we'll be on to shaping. 7 ply. All right. Moving on to the 6 ply here. And remember, we removed that bottom core to make this a 6 ply. Thank you, Summer. I never knew people would enjoy watching this, so I'm glad I found this little community on YouTube. And remember, guys, I did post a full interview with Justin Hutchins about his recovery from a detached hamstring, sciatic nerve damage, and some other things as well. So go check that out on my channel. Share that for me if you'd like. I find the story extremely inspirational. Justin sat right down here with me and had some coffee. Had some good talks. After I'm done with this too, I'm going to be plugging Aromatic Roasters, who keeps us going. Casper's Keepers over here keeping me some coffee warm. Ooh, double tap that screen for me, guys. Bump that number up. Ooh. I slept through the middle of the day just so I could be up here with you guys. Do we do custom artwork? No. So we use Lino blocks here at Life Skateboards. So we have set blocks. If you don't know what a Lino block is, it's a hand-carved stamp. We apply that with speedball ink. You can get a collage which combines a few of those. You can select the color for your graphic, but you're always going to end up with a unique graphic. These guys on the wall here have some of those prints on them. What was that? Firework. That was a firework? Oh yeah, I guess it's... I'm more used to gunshots than fireworks. I forgot about that happening. What type of wood? We use maple, specifically Great Lakes or Canadian maple. You want to use maple because it's a strong yet malleable wood. Great Lakes or Canadian maple because you want slow growth, long winters, tight grains, and a less porous wood. Can you get your art on a board? As I just said, we apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. If you want to put your art on a board, we can sell you a blank and not clear coat the bottom. You just got to communicate with us. It's just me and the owner here, so when you communicate with us, you're communicating with the whole company. If you want to put your art on there, you're more than welcome to. If you use it with the heat transfer though, you know you're going to make us all cry. Don't use heat transfers. Heat transfers ruin skateboards. How come the website don't scroll down? That's not accurate. Hey, Casper's Keeper, pull up the website for me. You're gonna go to lifeskateboard.com on your phone. We're gonna call somebody's bluff today. It might be your browser, to be honest. Huh. Scroll down. I'm scrolling down right now. Let's see here. I'm scrolling down. I'm going to the shop. Just keep on scrolling. So you might be scrolling in the wrong spot. If you scroll across to the part that says shaped boards, twin symmetrical boards, youth boards, popsicle boards, long boards, all that, it's going to push the page down. And then when you get down to the shapes, keep scrolling there and it'll move again. It's a really hefty website. All right. Let's get this guy taped up and then we are good to go. I'll label this guy 6-ply and we'll throw him in there. We just got to lock the jacks down and then we will be raising these up by hands. They were hooked up as pneumatic jacks at one point, but for right now we'll do it by hand. A little extra work, same results. Thank you. What size trucks for a 14? The largest trucks on the market right now are 13 inches. Those are from Slappy. You're going to want to grab those. And you can get some wheels with a little bit of overhang like the Nano Cubics, or let's think, you can get the Dogtown K9 wheels. Those have like a 1/2 inch overhang. My 14.6 has Dogtowns on it. But Slappy did make a 13-inch truck. So alignment's extremely important for this, so you're gonna see me paying close attention to that. Gonna line these up inside the press really well. And like I said, we just gotta lock down the jacks, raise them up, and you guys are gonna watch these wheel flares start to take form. So like I said, this is a new mold here. We're able to slide molds in and out of this. So this upper part is for youth, this lower part is for the long mold, and then the monster mold fits right in here. I'm just locking this guy down. Good to go. Now we're gonna slide these upper two in, the top half of the monster mold and the lower half of the youth mold. Of course, I knocked it out of alignment. Like I said, you're gonna just watch me focus on alignment here. Sorry, I can't really pay attention to the chat. This part is a little bit time sensitive. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna be raising these up by hand. You guys will start to see these start to take shape. See some glue squeeze out the edge there. Like I said, at one point these were hooked up as pneumatic jacks, but we are just going to raise these up by hand for now. Since we moved shops, we never hooked the compressor up through here. Had people in the past comment on why don't you raise it up to where it needs to be, make this a little bit easier to raise it up. I like to have a little bit of wiggle room inside the press to slide the molds in there. If you've been watching my lives for a while, you've seen why I do that, because it gets a little annoying. So with pneumatic jacks, you just kind of time it out based on the space between the pops. If you've used pneumatic jacks, you understand what I'm talking about. For these, we just go until it holds my body weight. There we go. You're starting to see the board curve up a little bit there. Just 1 second here, actually. We're going to lower these down. Noticing an alignment issue. Really quickly fix here. Super slight alignment issue here. There we go. There it is. And if there's an issue, I'm gonna have to fix it right away. Never gonna let these get pressed wrong. All right, now you can see that squeeze out here. All right, good to go. Oh boy, if you're here to talk about PPE, move along. Oh, so those boards are in the press and ready to go. Hey, watch this, EC. Boop. Thanks. Everyone else is here to enjoy it. Oh, Steven, that is actually a pretty cool thing that happens every once in a while here. So when we get our veneer, we're not asking for specific types of veneer, but we do end up with some bird's eye and quilted maple. I'm gonna see if there is any of these. No quilting on that guy. Some of the dive veneer gets it a lot better. But here's the stack of boards that we're gonna shape in a moment here. Send a board to Morocco, you gon' get paid? Well, watch this. Go to lifeskateboard.com, we ship all over the world. That's another way for us to get paid, is when you buy our boards, but all right. Hey, I'm glad that you find my content cool. Thank you. So we just finished pressing those boards and now we're gonna move on to shaping. So, for safety, I'm gonna be taking this apron off. There's some strings coming off the back here. How many do we sell a year? I have honestly no clue. I'm an hourly employee. I don't keep track of any of that stuff. You can always make that number better and make my life a lot easier, that's for sure. I'm the sole hourly employee working with the owner here. Ooh. Coffee?
You need a mug.
Oh, I need a mug. Good enough. I have myself some Aromatic Roasters coffee before we continue here. Do we go back and add more pressure to the mold? No, why? So these boards have, that's under pressure for 24 hours and then they cure for 7 days in a stack of their own concave before the shape is cut out. If you'd like to hear a testament to our strength, wow. Thank you, Save It Private Orb. Wow, thank you. Appreciate that. It's the last $5 I'm making in 2025. Maybe, who knows? Ooh. So John, one of the subscribers here and big supporters, works for Aromatic Roasters out of North Carolina. Check them out at aromaticroasters.com. Keep me going, keep me awake. Who's the girl? That would be, do you mean the woman? that would be Casper's keeper. That'd be my better half. Thank you, Riley. All right. Let's get you guys in here and we'll keep on going. Short for nickel. What's a board cost? $75 for popsicles, and then shapes go up from there. So obviously unshaped. Here's a popsicle ready to go. I can give the wood, you press it to me. So hold on a second, really quickly here. As I've said before, our wood comes from Great Lakes or Canada, so you're in Morocco. If you grow hard maple in Morocco, rad, but you want slow growth and long winters, so you're saying you're gonna send me subpar wood to make skateboards for free for you. So the answer to that is a resounding no. Now let's get back to what people want to see, skateboard making. So those boards go in the press for 24 hours, they cure for 7 days. After 7 days, they come out of the press looking like this, or they cure looking like this. Sam comes over here. Sam is the owner. He puts truck holes in right here, and then attaches a template to the board through the truck holes. So he's gonna put this underneath here, like this. When that's attached, he's going to run that template right along this bearing right here. Hey, Adam, I'm just going to go ahead and kick you from the chat. Once again, done. Hey, man, can you do a thing for me? I'm not going to do any of the work or pay for it, but can you do it for free? No, can't do that. So he runs that template right along this bearing right here, and it cuts out the shape. When that shape is cut out, it looks like this. So the edge of that board is not at a 90 to the concave. We're going to bring it to a 90 on this belt, round it off right here on this router, clean it up on the drum here, clean it up a little bit more on the Mac wheel, and then we'll be over on the Orbital, sanding it and finishing it up, getting it ready for graphics. I'll be wearing a respirator for every step of the process besides the Orbital because we have a HEPA-approved dust extractor. Hey, Casper's Keeper, can you kick the annoying shit in the comments? Thank you. There we go. Saving Private Orp has the right idea. If I donate $75 to your shop, can I have a board for free? Why, yes, you can. We even have a system set up for that. We got shitheads in the chat and we got good people in the chat. It's a good day. All right, respirator. I hardly know her. All right, I'm gonna put my hair up so we don't die. This is the machine that tried to kill me, by the way. Let's go ahead and move this stack all over here so we got room over there. And we will get going. John! Trevor said, do you guys make boards without orders or try to sell them later? Or do you only make board once orders are placed? So, little combination of the two. We don't like to make boards ahead of time because we don't like the idea of your board sitting there waiting on you to buy it. However, during like the busy months like summer, we do make some boards. I bring them around and show them off at skate parks, sell them in person. But we are throwing around the idea of making a stock of boards ahead of time and having a first come, first served section of the website where you can buy boards that are one-off, already ready, and all you're doing is waiting on shipping rather than production. Why kick Adam? Asking for free things over and over again is really annoying. What happened with that machine, I was a dummy. And I didn't put my hair up, and I slipped and fell, and it grabbed my hair and pulled me in and tried to scalp me. But I'm alive, I'm here, and my hair grew back. It grew back curly there, though. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so we are going to bring this edge to a 90 with a belt sander. Now this next step is the part that I think is the most satisfying to watch. So I regularly turn it into shorts. Hey, awesome, Brighton. Hopefully you enjoy it. So this is the step where the edge of the board starts to get rounded off. So there's the edge of that board. It's round, but it's not very clean. So we're gonna bring it right over here and clean it up a little bit. The mic is being very nice with us today. So this has an air bladder in it. I'm gonna have to air that up, so let me grab the compressor hose, bring it back over here. Compressor? I hardly know her. Sorry. Casper's keeper is rolling her eyes in the other room. Shut this compressor off so it doesn't jump scare us in the middle of the night. Thank you. The website is lifeskateboard.com. Again, so that is lifeskateboard.com. I pretty much just make skateboards. I'm a skateboarder that learned woodworking. Move on to the Mac wheel now. If you guys like what you're watching, double tap that screen for me. Thank you, Brighton. Have a good one. All right. After we finish this guy, we're going to jump on to some really bigger boards. From Hawaii, that's awesome. Thank you, guys. Hopefully it's nicer out in Hawaii than it is right here. Hi there, Brock. I know you're trying to belittle me while you're sitting at home on New Year's Eve doing whatever you're doing, but I'm doing what I love and sharing it with the people that I care about, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove you. Thanks. We are located in New Palestine. That's 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. All right, so Orbital sanding. We're gonna bring everything to a 150 here. We've got this hooked up to a HEPA-approved dust extractor, which is why I'm able to see the chat. Why did I remove him? Because we don't need any of that. Thank you. We're here sharing things with the people that I care about and sharing the things that I love. If you want to cause problems for that, I'm just going to go ahead and kick you. Thank you. Boop. That's super easy to do. Taught me pretty quickly. Sam started making boards in 2012. Hey, Casper's keeper, love of my life that's sitting in the next room. Can you just start kicking these people? We don't really need them on here. Thank you. It's so weird to be so obsessed with another man that you make fake accounts just to be back on my channel. That's super strange to me. Super strange. Anyway, skateboards. Sorry, buddy, I'm taken. It's gonna be okay. Oh, it's probably some locals that have nothing better to do. See, when you put yourself out there, people like to take out their own inability to actually get out there and do something on the people that went out there and did something. So I'm used to it. It is what it is. Just kick them and move on. Any tips for a penny board? Get a real board. I'm just gonna be harsh, but I do make real boards. I think penny boards are a really cool thing because it gets people into skateboarding that may have not gotten into skateboarding, but after you fall in love with this thing we all love called skateboarding, you should get a real skateboard. Dust mask? No, HEPA approved vacuum extractor. Thank you. Happy New Year. I like to call the assholes out because it's fun. At this point, I am just bringing everything to a 150, and then I'm going to clean up the rails on the board, and then it's ready for graphics. How long does it take to make one board? So that's 8 days in the press, and then, just depends on, we got to shape it, apply the graphics, so then dry time between that and the clear coat. We do a max turnaround time of 2 to 3 weeks, just in case we got to press something fresh for you and there's an issue for it. We tend to beat that. See you, Dylan. Juggers. Have a good night and enjoy your New Year's. It's 3 a.m. Awesome. Glad you made it into the new year. Get some sleep, wake up, and enjoy 2026. It's 10 p.m. here. I'm gonna hope to be on my live as midnight hits to celebrate New Year's with you. We use Great Lakes or Canadian maple. $75 for a popsicle, and shapes go up from there. You can check all the prices at lifeskateboard.com. Thank you. Yeah, for a handcrafted board, considering the price of factory crap on the market right now. All right, I'm gonna run my hands over this guy. A little bit of love right here. And this guy's good for graphics, so set this aside. Sam will be applying the graphic to this guy in the next batch of graphics. So like I said, we are going to be jumping on to the bigger boards now. Thank you, watcher. Yeah, you can, so while you're on there, you can choose your ply number, ply color. If you want your bottom rolled a specific color, you can ask us to do that as well. Awesome, Golson. That's rad. Can you do custom graphics? We apply our graphics with hand-carved Lino blocks. We don't do photorealistic custom graphics because the majority of those are done with a heat transfer, and while that's super cool to be able to put whatever you want on a board or mass produce a graphic, the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. So we're not like the rest of the industry. We're not going to pass that damage on to you as the customer, so we use hand-carved Lino blocks. So as far as the live streaming the graphics, let me just show you the setup in here real quick. So this is the shaping room. This is the pressing room. That's Casper's keeper over there. And then this is the general wood shop right here. And where we do all the graphics is, oh dang, way up that driveway in the dark. So you guys can't really see that. We've got Wi-Fi in this building. We need to extend Wi-Fi to the other building. Eventually I'll be able to go live while we're doing graphic application, but I try to post that as short so you guys still get a chance to see it. Hey, thank you, Brycely. But that is a good question, Maria. There you go, got a little one. But yeah, if I try to step outside, I completely lose you guys on the live streams. I've tried before. I would love to be able to show you guys the graphic application process, but I did post a short of a pretty in-depth collage recently. And that's my current rider. All right, let's throw this respirator on. Let's get this board here, and then we're gonna push the next 3 boards after that through at the same time. Thank you. What camera am I using? My phone. I'm poor, buddy. Trucks and wheels do we recommend with our board? That's entirely up to you. I personally like Ace Classics, but just whatever truck is going to match your width. There's no best truck. There's always going to be a little bit of difference in personal opinion on that. But Slappy, Ace, or Indy would be my choices. I don't smoke, Gugus. That would be stupid. I'm not really trying to mess up while I'm making equipment. What's up, Graybeard? It's not that loud. How does my phone stand up on its own? I taught it how to grow legs. Its first few steps were really beautiful. We didn't catch them on film, but we all have it in our heart. You should have heard its first words, though. That was pretty cool, too. Thank you, Watcher. I appreciate you. We do not do screen printing, but I do love the idea of screen printing. We commissioned local artists to do all of these Lino blocks, so that's why we use them. Anthony, it's on a tripod. No, I can't do a switch hard flip, Gugus. Do you have anything to contribute to this conversation? Just minor projects, but I pretty much just make skateboards. Hey buddy, watch this. Boop. What happened to my finger? What do you mean? Oh, this little thing here? Probably grabbing the uncuts in the other room. That glue gets sharp. Yep, this guy is 80 grit. We finish it to a 150. Happy New Year! What's up, Oregon? I hope you got your board. Thank you. Did you get your board though? I know shipping said it was coming yesterday. Ooh. You ordered the twin knuckle last week. Twin knuckle. It's waiting. That's actually pretty quick that Sam got to that. Awesome, Zach. I'm glad you enjoy watching it. I'm trying to lower this without losing the mic here on us. And we didn't. We're doing good with the mic today. And if you guys are wondering why I'm so kick happy, I had a troll turn into a legitimate stalker. That was not fun. You can get whatever you need with it. We have everything you need, trucks, wheels, bearings, everything like that, but I'm not going to choose what you want. You tell me what you want. That would be rad. I do not make guitars. That would be really cool though. I don't play guitar though, so just like you would want a skateboarder making your skateboard, I would assume you want a guitarist playing your, making your guitars. Happy New Year. Can you get a toothpick? Yes, we do sell 775s. Yep, that's correct. So Oregon got a cathedral board from us. That's a really fun shape. I'm glad you're loving it, bud. And don't forget, double tap that screen if you like what you're watching. A free toothpick with buying 2 boards. Well, not really. So, I mean, our boards are going to last a long time, so you're not going to be worrying about splintering and getting toothpicks. But, yeah, maybe. Maybe we should start sending you splinters with every 2 boards. A whole box of splinters. We'll just send you a box of the sawdust. How about that? Sam, get on it. We need to be selling boxes of sawdust. Can I make you one? Yeah, you just got to buy one on lifeskateboard.com and then you'll likely see it get shaped here live. Yeah, it'd be pretty colorful. The sawdust is like colorful confetti. Yeah, just go to lifeskateboard.com and you can get that. That's lifeskateboard.com. But I mean, if you get in contact with us, you can probably get like scrap or whatever you want in your box as well. Thank you, Oregon. Yeah, plus then when you get a board, you can yell, "Get a life" at people, and it's not an insult. You just want them to have a better board. Let's see, it's 10:15. We might take a short coffee break after this board, sit down and talk about sobriety a little bit. Maybe take the time to go through my story and hopefully kind of start a chain reaction of people telling their story in the chat. But we'll go ahead and finish this board up here, and then I'll come into the other room with Casper's keeper, and we'll have a little bit of a discussion about sobriety. Nice. Neat. I was fortunate enough to never go to prison, just jail. Can I do the router, please? On the next board? Yeah. We got you, Harvey. I'm pretty good at it. But it is what I spam as far as shorts go on the page. So if you're itching to see it, you can definitely see it on there. Wow, Oregon, 20 years no booze? Congratulations. That is a huge accomplishment. I think we're at 8 myself. Thank you, Harvey. We don't take requests here for songs, just skateboards. You know what? Just for you, because you want to see it, I'll take a board through the belt sander and the edge router really quickly before we take our coffee break, okay? Just for you. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year's. Another year of sobriety. Thank you, Mega. Happy New Year, guys. Love hearing that. Just got to get this board cleaned up. Unfortunately, you guys can't see the horizontal lines that I'm cleaning off the board here. We tried to show it on camera before. They don't really pick up. And to be honest, I'm sure the customer probably wouldn't notice them, but I notice them and I'm there. So if I see this board out there in the wild and I'm like, dang, I didn't sand that as well as I could have, I'm gonna be pissed at myself. If I see a board in a clip and I'm like, dang, that could have looked better, I'm gonna be pissed at myself. Happy New Year. As far as a board for a beginner, if you already decided you want to stick with it, it's time to get yourself a good board. If you're looking in the 8 to 8.5 range, I always tell people to start off with an 8.25. That way your trucks will match if you set up with an 8.5 or an 8 if you want to bounce around. And then with your first board, ask us to double drill the truck holes on there. That way you can try out different wheelbases without buying multiple boards, if that makes sense. Dude, yeah, that bit over there is insane. That is a specialty bit. It's really weird. It's got a guide bearing on the top and the collar, which is extremely strange. I don't even know where Sam gets those things. What's up, Gaston? Gaston? Is that how we say it? Am I going to pronounce that wrong? Am I going to butcher someone's name in another language? Stick around. I'll probably do it every 30 seconds. Wow, that's a lot of likes, guys. Thank you. Thank you. So this was actually me testing printing all over the same hoodie. These are all lino blocks. I didn't do it as best as I could have because I was learning. Sam does all of the application of the graphics for apparel. We can use the same Lino blocks for the boards as our apparel. So you can, like, this is a top graphic from Life Skateboards. This is another bottom graphic. So you can get a sweatshirt or shirt that matches the graphic you get. Thank you, Oregon. Hey, Thomas is here. What's up, Tommy? I'm about to show everybody the first 2 steps of shaping. We're going to take a little coffee break and talk about sobriety in a moment. Whoopsies, looks like we lost the light. All right, this guy is ready for graphics now. Like I said, looks like we just lost the light, so let me get that plugged in. Ah, come on. We've got a hot shoe light. I'm gonna go plug that in really quick. Awesome, Tommy. I'm here celebrating it with you guys. Let me go plug this in. We're gonna take the board through these 2 steps, and then we're gonna take a coffee break. Thank you, Casper's keeper. Oddly enough, my hands just absorb dye like none other, so sometimes I gotta go back and clean stuff up. It's all right, Tommy, we understood what you meant. All right, so I'm gonna take one of these boards through the first 2 steps for you here, Harvey. Got this tombstone looking thing right here, look at that. Somebody wanted something real square. All right. Now I'm going to show you that edge routing and we'll move on to talking. Awesome, Graybeard. Thoughts on a company that's no longer in business? So I'm just going to go ahead and set this kind of as a precedent here. When you ask me about my opinions on a brand, my opinion on the brand is going to have to do with their team. Awesome team. I'm going to have opinions on their board maker for sure, but you're going to have to ask me about their manufacturer. There you go. Now you got to see that. Not really, no. I mean, if you ask me about factory boards, the answer is always going to be no, because you're watching somebody make craft boards. That company was actually the thing that turned my personal opinion off to fiberglass boards and carbon fiber when I got one of the, what was that, Uberlight boards, if I remember right. I think that was like 2008 to 2010-ish, and ended up with some lovely splinters up the side of my leg. But all right, that is once again the opinion of a board maker. So, no. That's actually absolutely correct, Pickle. And what's crazy is it's sometimes hard to find who those board makers are because they really don't want you to know. All right, so let's get to talking here. I'm gonna take a little coffee break with you guys. Yeah, I mean, once again, that's a non-all-wood construction board. See, here at Life Skateboards, we just decided to make the all-wood construction process better to make sure our boards would last longer. I got nothing against the flight decks or the Skate One warehouse. Great job. Powell is even honest about their price point boards. They say that their other boards are made by their partner in China, which is honest. So, yep, you can buy these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Thank you, Onion. But all right, so it's New Year's Eve. I think, what was it, 8 years ago today, I took my last drink. So that's why I wanted to kind of spend the evening with you guys. Happy New Year. Oh, graybeard just made me happy. Popsicles are boring. But I kind of want to go through my story here, kind of talk about what I went through, be a little bit open about it. I try to talk about my story as much as possible to hopefully inspire people to know that they can get out of a bad situation, that there is life after addiction, and that it's something that you can talk about, because I think talking about your story gives it power. So, I used to be a drunk. Used to spend every day trying to drink myself to death every night, finishing a half handle, hoping I didn't wake up the next day. Tried quitting. Never really tried for the right reasons. What was it? Was that 8 years ago? Today? Or actually 8 years ago tomorrow, I woke up having no recollection of the day before, with a path of destruction in my own blood across the town I was in. And that was kind of my wake-up call. I realized that I wasn't drinking to enjoy the drinking. I wasn't drinking to party or have fun. That had kind of gone to the wayside, and I was only drinking to chase the feeling of escaping reality, which is a reality that a lot of addicts face. So it took a lot of isolating myself and having a good support system to get through the first bit of that. But it was definitely the best decision of my life. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for that support system. I'd definitely be dead if it weren't for people that were out here helping me. So I just dove into skateboarding by myself. If I had the urge to drink, I'd go drive to the skate park and go exhaust myself. I spent every day doing as much as I could. That way, when I went to sleep, I didn't have the trouble of trying to get to sleep. I could just go to sleep because I was exhausted. Now, early on in my quitting drinking, that was my main vice. It was what made me say yes to everything else. But it did take me several years to quit everything else. It was actually when I started here at Life Skateboards. I was known about speaking out against alcoholism and speaking up for those that were getting sober. There was an opening here. I called Sam. He said, "Do you smoke?" And but the honest answer was yes. Told him that. He said, "Would you consider quitting?" And then I was like, yeah. In my head, I was like, you know what? I can hide this from him. I'm gonna hide it. And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, dude, you are risking your dream job of making skateboards for a plant. that thing has a hold of you. So I mean, that's an addict's mentality. Some people can enjoy a thing and it doesn't take over their lives in that sort of way, but if my choice had to be between my dream job and a plant, I think I should have been going straight for my dream job. So that was a good wake-up call, and because of that interaction, I was able to be really open and honest with the boss man about that. So he helped me with all that. I used valerian root, theanine, some other supplements to help with dreams. And yeah, now I'm here, I'm alive, and I feel like I'm alive and sober to be able to tell my story to help people. Yep, there you go. So there's a little coffee talk and talk about sobriety and my experience with it. Think sobriety was the best decision of my life, and don't think I'd be alive here without the people that helped me get there. So I view my purpose here as a way to either help people get out of that situation, be an example of people that they can get out of that situation, or just help people that are down. Because I spent a lot of my life not wanting to live it. So hopefully I bring some people joy, and I hope that make some people smile along the way and make them happy that they're here. So thank you. That's awesome, Jesse. Yeah, RNUE, valerian root, it helped me with my very vivid dreams that started after I quit smoking. That's awesome, Chris. You're 7/11/22. That is a pretty cool date to remember. That's awesome. If you guys feel like keep sharing your guys' dates, keep sharing your amounts, keep sharing your stories. I promise. I've seen some people in comments say, like, get mad at people for, like, somebody says, like, I'm this many years clean, and then people in the comments start chiming in. I think that's just solidarity. I don't think it's, hey, look at me. It's all solidarity. So definitely keep sharing your stories in the comments there. I love hearing about it. Wow, 32 years, dude. That is awesome. Nicotine is something I still need to kick, but nothing psychoactive is in me anymore. Theanine in the morning kind of helped the mood, and then seemed to help my sleep at night, but I have PTSD dreams, so valerian root really did help with that for me. Once again, if we're asking about brands, you need to ask me about their distributor or their manufacturer. When you say Santa Cruz, there's like 5 different board makers, so you got to ask me about that. Yeah, Graybeard, that's sometimes it takes them like that. Shy Dill, I don't think you didn't listen very well, did you? Well, at least the withdrawal won't kick you. I'm sorry, at least the withdrawal won't kill you, you know what I mean? Kratom it's ruined some lives in skateboarding, that's for sure. Whew. But yeah, I honestly, Renew, I wish I could pronounce that better. I just tried a bunch of different natural supplements to make things work. I don't know much about it. Thankfully, the craze was after I got sober. So it was never around here in Indiana, thankfully, at least not around me. I just know that it has ruined quite a few lives up in skateboarding. Zach as in yard dad? Yeah, of course. Wow, congratulations, Becca. I did it the opposite direction. That's pretty cool. Well, you do your thing, Thomas. I chose to dive deep into full sobriety with that. Yep, caffeine. It's okay. Every AA meeting has really shitty coffee, and we're all excited about it, I promise. What was the hardest part of recovery, most rewarding, or best thing learned? The hardest part about I'll probably go through the hardest thing to accept was that I needed to change my environment to be able to have a successful recovery. I think the most important thing I've learned is sometimes people aren't meant to be in your life during recovery. Not everybody that's there is there for your best interest. So sometimes in your recovery, you gotta focus on making sure you're okay, because then when you are okay, you can go back and fix your wrongs, make sure you're a better person. And sobriety doesn't just end when you quit drinking or quit doing something. You got a lot of work to do when you're done with it. So, have a good night, Guitar Hero. All right, I think that's enough of a break. Let's get back to working. Oh, actually, you guys have a chat for a second. I gotta step outside. What was withdrawal like? It sucked. Horrible headaches for a couple of weeks. First time I tried to quit, I had to go to detox for it. It sucks. It was like being extremely sick with a really bad flu. Yeah, that's a good description. Up is down and down is up, and everything is pain. There you go. I'll be right back, guys. All right, and we're back. Oh, no, actually, I need to drop the vapes, but... All right. Yeah, if you go to the Life Skateboards website and type Casper into the little search bar, it'll come up with my signature shape. I need to remember that this hat does not work very well for a respirator. Hear that, Casper Skeeper? This hat does not work well for a respirator. It sucks. All right, let's take these two other big boards through here. No, I did this. I was messing around. This is like puffy paint, and it catches onto the strap on there and makes it annoying. I clothes that I don't draw or paint on. All right. next one here. No soy Tony Hawk. Wait, no estoy? I don't know. It's been a long time since I took Spanish. And I don't even think that's Spanish. Somebody was asking about quilted maple earlier today, and there's some quilting on this guy, but it's gonna come out when we sand it, unfortunately. All right, this respirator off here. Move on to the next step. How many of these have we already made? That is like asking how many sands are in the universe. How many grains of sand are on the beach? I can't count that high. Quilting. Gosh, I wish it would show. It's like a diagonal pattern across the grain. It's absolutely gorgeous. Quilting, bird's eye, flagging. All really beautiful patterns that can pop up on maple naturally. No, because you don't need 3. The difference between 2 and 3 is going to be your dry time and water resistance. Wood is not water resistant, so there's no real necessity for going for waterproof inside of a skateboard when the skateboard itself is not waterproof. We are in a makers group. It's called, what is that? The Makers Movement. There was actually some other board makers that tested a bunch of different glues. He took some of his scrap, left it out over the winter, and Type on 2 seemed to stay just fine. So, I mean, we've been using this wood since 2012. So, our customers love them. So that would be why. I wasn't here for that decision, but the master woodworker I work for made that decision. Skateboarding, there is a skate-specific glue. It's the same thing. It's kind of like the fact that, let me show you something. Here's some grip gum, right? This is grip gum. But it's only grip gum when you buy it for skateboarding. It's abrasive cleaner that's super cheap if you buy it for other things. So there's a lot of things in the skateboarding industry that just have a markup because it can be marked up, if that makes sense. So Oregon, nope. So it's got a clear coat all the way around. What might have happened is sometimes Sam will hit the bottom clear coat with a 220 just to make it a little bit smoother for you, but it should definitely have a clear coat on the top. It's probably a little bit smoother on the bottom there. I know that we tend to go a little lighter on the top, make your grip tape adhere a little better. But yeah, Sam's pretty meticulous about his clear coat, so he definitely got you on both sides there. Grip gum. So if you have, like, when we're finished with the board, you put grip tape on it. So actually, here's a used board right here. This is not a Life board. This is something a buddy wanted me to work with. So there's a bunch of dust on here, right? Not anymore. So grip gum removes dirt, dust, and everything else from sandpaper, which is what grip tape is. And then we use it as well to clean off like the sanders, all of our equipment here. So it's the same thing. It's literally just an abrasive cleaner. When we get onto the drum for the next step, the next time I use the drum, I'll clean the drum with this and a wire brush so you can see just the difference that it makes. 10:47. From the Terre Haute homies. I got a Terre Haute lady in the other room. Come here. I love my Terre Haute homies. It would probably get eaten up by the files. Morgan, say hi.
Hi.
Casper's keeper says hi to the Terre Haute people. You gotta squat down to say hi. There she is. All right, there went your Terre Haute visit right there. Yeah, I don't know if that would work really well on files. That is a good question. It would probably get eaten up really fast. Yeah, so what? I'm gonna crop dust you in Walmart every day. If you're mad about it, don't walk behind me. We heard some fireworks out there. Like I said, I'm 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. I guarantee you right now, they're at my house. There's probably a switch going off. There's people firing off Glocks into the. My neighborhood gets a little rough at home, so it'll be very loud as I'm driving home. But we might not hear much out here, to be honest. Thank you, Mothman. Yeah, dude, just plug it. I take lion's mane mushrooms every day, bud, so like it's probably rough following me around the store, I bet. It's weird. We are technically outside of New Powell here, like just outside on the edge, but you don't hear much. And plus, like, ammo is expensive. I don't want to fire it off in the air or ground tonight. actually a custom board. This guy is like a tombstone. It's weird, but we do have a request for a much more tombstone-esque tombstone at the moment. A little bit of touch up here, and we'll move on to the next one. Mothman, I'm gonna break your understanding of why popsicles are normal. So remember, popsicles aren't the easiest to skate, they're the easiest to make. So the industry convinced you they're the easiest to skate by putting that on the walls and nothing else for a very, very long time. It's kind of like how they convinced everybody that 775s were the best thing to skate because it used less materials, or weak concave was easier to skate because it's easier to press boards with weak concave without getting a split. I personally like looking down and being entertained when I skate. Not trying to insult anybody that skates popsicles, it's not your fault. But you can get things like twins, square tails. Even my personal shape, it looks funky, but the tail functions like a popsicle. So, yeah, symmetrical as well. And any of our shapes you can make symmetrical. Captain Lou, Lou Ross, he's actually the guy that designed this. He used to do Fickle Skateboards. He still rides with the company. He just doesn't do a lot of videos. Here are some of his presses that he used to use for Fickle. A little bit of a backstory here. So Fickle Skateboards used these guys here, concrete molds. And here is a little bit of information that you may not know about us. So this is one of our graphics here, the Barney Fife graphic. Fickle Skateboards used to be F-I-C-K-L-E with a little asterisk over the I. So if you look right here, F-E, there's a little asterisk because there was an I there. So that's our little call to Lou Ross and his company there. Now he rides for us. How did I pick my shape? So this is the third version of my shape. I'll go through this. We're kind of killing time so that I can make it to midnight with you guys. I'll start with the second version. I wanted something funky that also functioned for me. So this was my second version of my shape. I really like the fishtail. I can hang my heel off and pop it around for combos. I really liked these curves. Front foot impossibles rest really nicely in here. This feels really good for leans or crails. This feels really good for grabs, varials, weddles, or melon. But I was having trouble with my crooked grinds. So I changed some things up and beefed up the nose a little bit and made the widest point of the board a little bit more narrow so that it could fit on these smaller press. So I kept these curves, just moved them in. I took my fishtail and put a 9-inch popsicle against it so that it would wrap out but still have these little curves here. And then for the nose, because I wanted more surface area, I took those curves and mellowed them out a little bit more, and I actually added a knuckle to the nose. So it's a really fun shape. I love it. It's the board that I've been skating in all the videos there that you see on my channel for shorts and everything. This is the 3.0, which is this guy, is the one that's currently available on the website. It was a fun one. Thank you. Not very painful. Promise. I am glad that the internet decided, hey, listen, I love Mothman, so you found the right spot, for sure. Although I have a feeling since your name is not the Mothman, I have a strong suspicion that you are the Mothman, and the Mothman only shows up when something bad's about to happen, so now I'm scared. Get your first tattoo soon, for sure. Can you explain the dinosaur tattoo? I don't have a dinosaur tattoo, but I have a snake on my face. Why? Because I wanted it. The face tattoos don't hurt that bad. It's just uncomfortable when they stretch your face out. That's about it. Okay, good. All right. I'm scared. Hey, awesome. Hey, Casper's keeper, show them your snake. They want to see your snake they want to see snake tattoos. She's got that guy right there. That's pretty cool. Hey, there you go. Thank you. And what's fun is then if you snake somebody at the skate park and you've got a snake tattooed on your face and they get mad about it, you can tell them like tattoo a snake on your face and you can do whatever you want at the skate park too. We had some snakes for a while. Right now we've just got the dog, Lori, cats, and a tarantula. All right, where did I put my dang respirator? Welcome to Life Skateboards, where half of my day is spent finding things that I set down 5 minutes ago. For real, where did you put it, dummy? No. Zachary wants to know about the red and green board. Red and green board. I don't see one. I apologize, but I have no clue what you're talking about. Well, the only red and green board on the wall here is an actual popsicle. That's actually one of Justin Hutchins' riders right there. Green with the red center. Yeah, so that is actually a popsicle. This is actually an old team rider from Justin Hutchins. So yeah, that's just a popsicle. That's just a popsicle there. I had Justin hand me one of his boards when I interviewed him. If you want to, you can check out Justin's interview. Justin had a full hamstring separation, sciatic nerve damage, and all kinds of stuff. Whew. Awesome, Zachary. I'm glad you're going to love our popsicles then. But I went ahead and interviewed Justin about that. Did a great 20-minute interview, if I do say so myself. Justin did great with that interview. Very grateful for the time that he took to do that with me. Hopefully it inspires some people. All right, let's shake 2 of these. We got some fun ones here. And then we got a bunch of popsicles. It was definitely a crazy story. Knowing more details about it is awesome. The interview is on my channel. It's called Coffee Talks with Justin Hutchins. I posted it yesterday. It's a really, really good interview. Justin is an inspiring individual. He rides for the company with Life Skateboards, and then I personally have a wax company that I made him pro for. So it looks like you're going to get to see the boat get cleaned here now. Now you got to see that. But
take these two through. Yep, it's the same stuff that cleans grip. It's sold as an abrasive cleaner at your local hardware store. Do I ever put photo of you on the skateboards? No, I mean I have a signature graphic with the company. But if you want the board signed by either me or the owner, you can always ask for that, and we will happily do it for you. I think that's pretty cool. I never imagined in my life that people would want my signature on their skateboard, but I think that's pretty neat. You just got to let us know. There is a notes section when you order the board. I'm going to lower you guys so you can see a better angle on that this time. There you go. That's a cool angle. Let's see what happens there. Oh no. I hit the wrong button. I'm over here trying to make shorts out of the live, and it's trying to end it. Good. You just want to be right here, just watching that thing. That's what you want. Do I suggest using risers for life decks? That's going to be entirely dependent on you. So are you riding low trucks? Are you riding big wheels? Yeah, I mean, it's entirely dependent on you, because you can use small wheels on big boards. You can use big wheels on small boards. So that's going to be where you need a riser or not. I used to ride risers. I don't anymore. Whew. Quarter round. It's a very special, this is a very specialty. This is a specialty router bit here. I don't even know where Sam gets them. When you look at it close, it stops making sense. There's a collar and a guide bearing. I don't ask questions, I just make boards. All right. Although I probably should ask that question. Double tap that screen for me, guys. Let's push that number up. It's the last live stream of 2025 for Days with Casper. Let's bump that thing up there. If you think you know somebody that would want to watch this kind of stuff, send them my way. Send this live to them. Post it on your story. Text your grandma. it. Let's see what we got here. Don't see any with flat nose and tail that are popsicle or twin symmetrical. A flat nose or tail. I'm a little confused what you mean by that. All of our boards are going to have kicks on them, because that's what you want in skateboarding. If I only had, so I'm going to give you some instructions on how to find out exactly what he wants. You're going to have to get a hold of his skateboard. What you're going to want to do is, I'm going to grab a popsicle so I can show you exactly how you're going to find out what he wants. All right? So you're going to take that board and you're going to measure from here to here. Right on the truck bed. This right here is called your truck bed because your trucks are going to go right here. This is going to be your width. When you go, you want to match your width on that board as best you can. So if he's got an 825, you want an 825. You've got 8, 81, 825, 838, 85, 875, and 9, and then it keeps going up from there. And then you're going to want to measure your distance from this hole right here to this hole right here. That's going to be your wheelbase, and you can tell us on the website exactly what you want. Zachary, that one's just a popsicle on the wall there. I'm a little confused by it. But that is what you're going to want to do there, Brianna. Because when it comes to skateboards, getting a skateboard for somebody as a gift is awesome. But if they're very particular about what they skate, you might end up disappointed. So that's what you're going to want to look for, is the distance between these two for your wheelbase, and then the width of the board at the truck bed is the width of the board. So if he's skating a board that's shaped like this, it's a popsicle. I'm going to go through like what is on your board, what's in your board here. So you've got kicks like that. Our kicks are symmetrical here at Life Skateboards. And then you've got concave. So concave is this curve right here. We're very well known for how deep our concave is here at Life Skateboards, but for these smaller boards, we do offer a mellow concave. I don't like it because good concave means a good board, but you gotta make people happy, so we still make those. Hopefully that helps you make your decision for what kind of board your kiddo needs, and we'll go from there. We do that. We'll get you symmetrical anything. Don't know Corey Smith, no. Unless that's without knowing Corey Smith's last name or name, which is very likely. I have comatose goldfish. Of course, Brianna. Hopefully we got what you want for him there. And then just a little bit of a difference between us and factory boards. When you order a board from us, we're going to make it for you. So when people are buying factory boards off of websites and things like that, they're buying something that's sitting on a warehouse shelf. So they're kind of used to the right now kind of consumerism. Here, when you order a board from us, we're going to make it fresh for you. That way you're not buying something that was sitting there waiting on you to buy it and warping while it waited. All right, I'm going to get back to shaping. We're located in New Palo. 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. take these over to the Mac wheel here. Of course, Brianna, you can check all those out at lifeskateboard.com. And if any of those options aren't available for that board, just put it in the notes. We got you. Get a handcrafted board made just for you at skateboard.com. Can I turn that into a short? I have no clue. I usually don't even have the volume on while I'm changing things from the live to the short, so.
Ooh. Let me go grab myself some coffee. We got 45 minutes left in 2025, guys. Lower you guys down here. I'm gonna go grab myself some coffee. You guys share your favorite skate memory of 2025. I'll come back to talk to you about it. This mic is messing up. And we're back. Late stream? No, this was intentional. We've got 45 minutes until 2025. I'm sorry, 2026. My sobriety date is January 1st, so I wanted to start a tradition of spending it with you guys. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. It is. I love this. You can make this job a lot better, though. Just order some boards. All right. Let's get to sanding here. Thank you, Tara. Happy your knees are better? Awesome. I had an amazing year. And I'm gonna just talk about it. So let's see. We started Butter Bars Wax this year, which is a small wax company I started to be able to start a fund that makes it easier for me to give back. So having like cash prizes at events and things like that. The city asked us to throw an event on July 4th at Lawrence, which was awesome. As well at Lawrence, I met Bam Margera there and got to go out to the castle and hang out with him with Luke this year. We went out to the Fireball Farm a lot in Cleveland this year. Got to meet Mike V and the Rats this year. It's been a great 2025. I'm very stoked on it. And this channel is growing. I'm loving it. Plus, I'm getting to meet cool people in this community like you guys. So I've connected with more people through YouTube than I've connected somewhere else. I sure did. I was doing a, there was a period of time there where I was working with Live Nation and doing giveaways for them where they give me tickets. And of course, the first one that I did was Mike V and the Rats. So that was just awesome. And whenever I worked with Live Nation to do that. I always did. Like, I would be skateboarding in the ad for it. So, of course, for Mike V and the Rats, I had to do a 540 boneless and then revert out of it, just like Mike V always did on the mini ramps. Let me tell you how happy I was when Mike V told me he was stoked on that. That one was awesome. But Live Nation asked me to help give away tickets for some music that didn't really fit for me, and I told them that it wasn't going to fit, so I haven't worked with them again. Plus, I'm not really stoked on the way they push their prices up. There's your kickflip. I got you, Jason. But we'll see what happens this year. I don't know. I haven't heard from them since I turned them down. So I don't know if that means I'm not working with them anymore or what it is, but at least I got to meet some cool people and I got to give some free tickets out to the skateboarding community. Your front teeth are fake from skateboarding? I know quite a few people with their front teeth missing from skateboarding. I have been fortunate enough to not have that happen. Hey, you can tell your story, Tara. That's why we're here. You knocked out all these guys, huh? That's wild. Yes, sir. I sure did. Mike V was a big inspiration to my skateboarding. The whole fuck you, I'm gonna skate however I want to mentality was a big, big part of my skateboarding. Surfing is rad, though. I'm glad you found a way to stay on a board one way or another, man. Man, I'm really sorry you had to deal with that, Terror. Well, I'm hoping 2026 is a better one for you. The way I look at it, whenever we go through tough or rough times, it means something good's around the corner. And if you keep thinking that for a long time and good things don't come, they're still coming, I promise. We earn our happiness with hard work and tough times. It makes us appreciate those happy times even better. A hard thing to hear while you're in the lower parts of that process, but it'll definitely make you appreciate those the better times. Happy New Year, bud. Well, we're almost 30 minutes away. Not very far at all. Wow, unholy. I'm glad that you took the time to get to a doctor that actually cared for him, though. That is a very commendable thing right there. Always having your dad's best interest in mind. That's good for you. I'm glad he's healed up then, though. Man, sometimes I've heard some bad stories from there, some good stories from there, but the overwhelming ones end up being the bad ones. That used to be Methodist. I'm sorry, IZB, but this stream is not for saying stupid things that don't make sense. If you think this is a stream for saying stupid things that don't make sense, you're in the wrong place. Yeah, plastic is not better than woods. Happy last day of the year, Amp. Hi there, IZB. So I understand. So thank you. I'm just going to go ahead and use you as a jumping off point. So thank you for saying stupid things so I can talk about it. Fiberglass skateboards are the result of companies cutting corners on all wood construction over and over again for a very long time to make you think that the factory boards on the market are the best all wood construction that they can make. However, here at Life Skateboards, we hand roll the glue on every board to ensure full glue coverage on every side of every ply inside your skateboard. We do a long press and cure time. And then instead of using a heat transfer, just because heat weakens the bond between wood and glue, we apply all of our graphics with a no-heat graphic application process to ensure that no damage is done to your board. It's really dumb to say things like, this thing is better than this thing without having tried the other thing. Sure, factory all wood construction boards, they suck. But all wood construction boards that are made the right way, if you've never skated one before, I'd highly suggest trying it. Thank you for giving me that jumping off point there. If you have any more questions about the board making process or you want to know anything about it, that's what I'm here for. It's okay, IZB. I'm not embarrassing you. I'm teaching you. Thank you, Shannon. I'm not embarrassing you. You just came along here. Listen, if you want to know just kind of the vibe of these, I have things like this pre-written out to be a smartass to people when they say things. And by the way, just how much I thought about this. This is written backwards. This is a mirrored screen. So I mean, like, I'm a smartass, bud. I'm not embarrassing nobody. Promise. We're not embarrassed here. It's called learning new information. And that is totally acceptable. We live in a world where you definitely need to just learn that sometimes opinions can be changed when you're presented with new information. There's nothing wrong about changing your opinion when you're presented with new information. There's nothing embarrassing about it. And anybody that thinks that that's embarrassing, I don't really know what's wrong with them. But hopefully they can get better. But hopefully you're not too embarrassed now. That's correct there. Open your mind. Sorry. I had to do that. Oh, hold on. Memory lane time. Somebody did say plastic, though. All right. I found this at a Goodwill. I was like, dang, it's a penny board. And then I kicked it and I heard this. That's not a penny board wheel. No, this is a roller derby plastic board from the 70s. Did you happen to have, let me see, this company it is roller derby, model number 15P. Really old guy right there. Oh man, you got to ride your board today? That's awesome. I love hearing that. We're gonna leave that there. We sell these boards at lifeskateboard.com. That is lifeskateboard.com. Should probably like continue working, shouldn't I? Probably. Yeah, that was a really... Do a shove it for $20? Do I even have a board in here? Here, I got you, bud. My setup's in the car. There you go, hold up. Shove it. Done. You didn't say I had to do it one way or the other. Here, I got you, hold on. I'm bad at these. Awful with these. There you go, I did a shove it. You owe me 20 bucks, dude. You owe me 20 bucks. Awesome, yeah, just check out lifeskateboard.com. Yeah, we'll make you a cruiser. You just have to pick the trucks and wheels that make it that. We got you, nobody. 30 minutes till New Year's. That's correct. I think that counts right there. Where'd you go, Sawyer? So actually, yeah. So when I released my second shape, a kid named Robotop over in the UK made this. That is my signature graphic, scaled down insanely. Check him out on Instagram, that's Robotop. He does a lot of really cool boards. He's made a couple of our boards without us talking to him. 2.5 hours to New Year's. Well, we'll see. We'll see how long I stick around here today. My graphic is available on any board. So when you select your graphic from Life Skateboards, you're going to be choosing from a bunch of different Lino blocks that we had commissioned, including my graphic. I have donations disabled? No, I don't. That's not true. Tiffany. There we go. Do I really have donations disabled? Yeah, I just have super chats. However, if donations are disabled, I think I gotta do some work on my live streams. So I make skateboards, yep. I make skateboards, that's for sure, for Life Skateboards. So you can get one at lifeskateboard.com. We got 25 minutes left. Share this with your friends if you like what you're watching. You know what? We're gonna work on this together here. I'm gonna share this to Facebook and a couple other groups. You guys share it elsewhere, and we're gonna bump that to 300. Cool? Cool. All right, and we're back. I just shared that everywhere. Well, I'm gonna screenshot that, Randy. There we go. And we're back. Yeah, I screenshotted that so I can let Zach know. Yeah, I was sharing the live to another platform. Share it around for me if you can. We just dropped significantly, so double tap the screen as you're coming here. We're trying to get that number up to 300 by the time we hit 2026. 2026. Thank you, 5 people. Thanks, I appreciate that. I just annoyingly shared it to like 8 Facebook groups, so I'm sure admins are a little upset with me at the moment. Each board costs depends on the shape and what you do with it. Popsicles start at $75 and then shapes go up from there. You can find your prices and specs at lifeskateboard.com. Again, that is lifeskateboard.com. Lifeskateboard.com, Casper's keeper. You spelled that wrong. Morgan? Yeah, I'm fixing it. Thank you. Yeah, the pan heads are rad. We've got several of them. We've got our pan head, our large pan head, our XL pan head, double XL pan head, triple XL pan head, and quadruple XL pan head, as well as a long pan head and a stretched pan head. That was a lot. Thank you. It is a pretty nice website. Thanks, Unholy Terror. Who knows? Share this with your grandma. Maybe she wants to see boards get made. Share it with your friend, that guy you haven't talked to in like 15 years. This is how you say hi to him again. Yeah, your autocorrect is pretty mean. I'm gonna come in there and talk to it. Give it a stern talking to. All right. Just notice some little bit of touch up right here. Push 2 more popsicles through while I watch closely on the time there, so I can make sure that we do the New Year's right. I'm gonna go get that light real quick so you guys can see a little better here. I'm gonna hope that it's charged up. Happy New Year, rock fan. Thank you. That's pretty blinding. There we go. He has got a hot shoe light here. There we go. Throw my respirator on, double tap that screen for me, guys. Let's get that number up. All right.
We're gonna go through the stack of popsicles kind of quickly here, I think. It is nice. It's made it so I can film in like the barn and places like that without causing an issue. Let's just pump a bunch of these through at the same time. Happy New Year, Tommy. See you next year, Tommy. Hey, do me a favor real quick. Go on Instagram, share this live with all the friends. Bump that number up before next year. Let's clean this guy off here since we're done with it for the day. Thank you, Tommy. I greatly appreciate you. If you guys are new to the channel here and
you're watching Days with Casper. Life Skateboards being made. These boards are available at lifeskateboard.com. Just spending the New Year's with you guys, ringing in the New Year's, making boards. I'll be making boards all the way to 2026 today. The belts last quite a while. This one here, when I replaced this one, I actually broke it on camera. It was not very fun. And we're probably going to swap that out soon here. It really just depends on what we're using it for. Alright, let me throw my respirator on here. And we are going to be moving this around. Oops. I'm going to move this around in between boards here and turn this into a bunch of different shorts. Let's clip that and move you guys around. What's the best trick to learn when you're a beginner? Here's the best trick. You ready? Get comfortable rolling around on your skateboard. I just actually had this discussion today. The first thing you want to prioritize is being comfortable rolling on your skateboard. Because how are you supposed to roll away from a trick if you're not comfortable rolling? So get good at tic-tacs. That would be just stepping back and forth, picking up the front truck back and forth until you start moving forward. Get good at kick turns, get good at being able to just like power slide or speed check to stop, and then start focusing on tricks. Start with your ollie, then your shove-its, kick flip or heel flip, whichever is natural for you. However, in skateboarding, do whatever the hell you want. There's no rules until you enter a contest, and then when you enter a contest, you can break those rules. It is what you want. It's a toy, have fun. Never let somebody tell you not to do a specific thing on a skateboard. If somebody says, hey, don't do that trick, you should probably focus on getting really, really good at that trick. Somebody a long time ago told me not to do bonelesses, and now I do 540 bonelesses. Not that often. These are a specialty bit that Sam orders a bunch of them.
Usually what happens when this goes out is the bearing inside of it goes out. What that sounds like, which has happened on a live before, it sounds like a screaming noise, and then the bearing balls just fly all over the place. That's a great time. Double tap that screen for me, guys, if you like what you're watching. Share it with people. Subscribe if you want to catch these, because I'd have nothing that resembles a schedule. Put you right up against there. Alrighty. We got 7 minutes left in the new year, in the old year. Dude is not built for the internet, says someone who's no longer welcome on my channel. Bye-bye. That's crazy. I don't know. I would, if you just copy the link, it usually lets you. This dude was not made for the internet. The guy who's been making content on the internet for the past decade. But it's all good, remember. It's okay. Happy New Year. What do I think the best brand of skateboards are? Life Skateboards, right here. The ones you're watching being made. Life Skateboards. But we're not really a brand, we're a company. Happy New Year's from South Korea, that's rad.
No, don't worry about it, Tommy. Oops. 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 Casper's keeper. Unhide him. Unhide him so I can apologize. Thanks. Guys, I react quickly because I don't look at the screen for a long time, and then sometimes people say things that's not directed at me, and I just quickly just go boop. And that's my bad. So I'm really, thank you for correcting me on that, Tommy. Perfect. I'm sorry. Sailing, I'm sorry. You gotta understand, when it comes to trolls on here, there are just general trolls. However, I recently had a troll turn into a full-on stalker. Had to talk to his family, all kinds of stuff. So I'm a little bit paranoid about that stuff, but I apologize for that, and I will admit when I'm wrong on things. Sorry. Whew. Order a skateboard from me? Thank you. I appreciate it. Only got a few minutes left here in 2025. Thanks for correcting me on that, Tommy. I appreciate you. Agreed. Agreed. Wow, who just did that? Hey, Mega, thank you so much. I appreciate you. This might be the last donation of 2025 on the channel, dude. You win. You win. Heart. Oh. Heart. I have fat thumbs that almost hid you from the channel when I was trying to heart that. Casper's keeper, come here. Hey, Casper's keeper, can you come here? Hurry! All right, guys, it's almost midnight. I'm gonna watch the clock with you guys. I'm glad you found my channel. Looks like YouTube is working overtime on getting the right people to the right places. Well, guys, 2025 is almost over. Last couple minutes here. How many? 8 years? 8 years of being around me sober. Thank you for being around while I was not sober and sticking with me and being able to get through all this together.
Of course.
Thanks for always being here on my sobriety dates, and Happy New Year. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. I guess I'm going to keep making skateboards. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. Woo. All right. I could keep working, or I could spread this out. Can you make a skateboard right now? I don't know what that means. You have a Happy New Year. You all have Happy New Years. Do I go home? I might. You know what, guys? Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I don't have a lot to do here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and end the live here today. And I think I make skateboards every day. If you want to scroll back a little bit, you can check that. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave these so I can have some work tomorrow to show you guys. Ooh. First person to get kicked from the channel in 2026 already happened. Thank you. Awesome. You guys have a great year. Stay safe, be responsible. If you're gonna drive drunk, don't do it. It's your fault. Don't do it. Don't do it. Be safe. Have a happy new year. Smile. I'll be back tomorrow to finish these boards up. And yep. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy your day. Goodbye.